All right. Welcome back, everybody. So today, we're having another live trading session, essentially, where I'm going to show you kind of a lot of the ins and outs of what I go through in order to take, trades. So I hope you guys learn a lot. Let's get into it. It's almost market open. So right now, I'm just mapping out my structure points, what my draws are on liquidity and trying to figure out if I want to be a buyer or seller this morning. So right now, I'm doing my typical analysis. We got a 1 hour break of structure from this low right here to this high. This low took liquidity down here, and then actually no. From this low to this high. So this was the low, and this was the high. And then we reached back into that range, took liquidity inside of here, and then headed back to the upside. So right now we're still technically bullish, but we have a lot of lows down here. So we could go bearish and take all of that liquidity out. So right now we just have our 1 hour breaker structure labeled, and we're going to go ahead and label everything else. Computer's going a little slow. We have possibly an imbalance right here. We do have a imbalance down here though, so we could head for that. It's pretty low in the leg, but you never know. Almost open. 1 hour imbalance. So really the imbalance is kind of showing us the impulse of price and the possible direction that we may continue in. So this is a small 1 hour imbalance down here, but still important nonetheless. And then we have this. This isn't an imbalance yet, but it might be on the, it's going to be on the 30-minute. So we'll kind of label this as a 30-minute imbalance. So this is kind of just giving me my areas of interest right now. We're going to go map out our 1 hour low. This is our 1 hour low. There was supposed to be, actually there is no news today. I got to kind of lock in now because we have 1 minute until open. 1 hour liquidity. I'm kind of mapping out my points of liquidity. And then there's definitely some down inside of the imbalance right here. So if you go down to the lower time frame, we're most likely going to be pushing down. We have a huge, looks like an inverse fair value gap right here from here to here, which we may come back up to and then reject lower. Looks like we had a small imbalance inside of there as well. Yeah, so we rejected off of that. So right now, for me, the 5-minute is bullish, but don't know if we're gonna head up though. This is now a 30-minute imbalance as well. 30-minute imbalance. So do we head to the upside is the question. So I think we're going to head up from this imbalance, but I think we're going to also reject from this 5-minute right here and then continue lower. just looking at everything that's going on. I'm also going to pull up the charts on another screen so I can look for any potential SMTs or anything like that to see if we're going to have any. I don't even know what you call it, like smart money trap, smart money reversal setups. It don't matter what you call it, as long as you know the reason for it and the reason why you use it. We have no red folder or even really orange folder news. There is orange folder CAD PMI news, but I don't think that should really affect the US at all, but you never know. Um, yeah, no red folder news for us. We do have a few yellow folder events though. So let's see if we do get a push to the upside from here, which we could, but I don't think I want to take that, to be honest. I kind of want to take a sell, to be honest. Um, but it's risky. Well, it was risky, but it looks like it's going to pay off. Do I want to take it? Okay, it looks decent. I'm going to take it. Oh,
Order filled.
okay. So this is a slightly risky trade in my opinion. Um, but it does look like we're going to be selling decently. We really want to see a close below here before I was to take a sell. So that's where the slight risk comes in. I may put it a smidge higher. I'm going to leave my stop loss right there though. Any more risk on the table and I'm not going to be happy with that. So let's see. And it's a little early to be entering. It's literally 4 minutes past the open. So probably should have waited, because there's a lot of manipulation near the open. Like, the open really does not want to give you a direction at all. Just sitting and waiting, sitting and waiting. Getting in kind of early, but we're already in it. We're just going to stay in it. See what happens. We are now above the moving average, so not a good sign. Do I want to? I'm going to raise it up just a tad, because something tells me we're going to reject around this level. Really, this is kind of the spot I want to see a rejection out of if we're going to go back down. This little kind of like order block area. Like I said, risky trade, but we're gonna see it through. We're gonna see what we can get. So if this is the spot I wanted to see reject. Now will it hold is the question, or are we gonna push through it?
Order filled.
All right. Took the first loss this morning, -50. Kind of took it on a risky trade, to be honest. Because we're definitely still bullish, so that's on me. I should have been taking buys. But really, I wanted to see price go further down before I saw any more buys, because I am kind of more bullish for the day than I am bearish. Let me make sure I pull up these other charts so I can see if we have any SMTs or anything like that. Uh, and then we'll go from there. These accounts are very close to passing. One's 200 off. One is 318 off. So kind of want to be very calculated and smart with the risk. So this is another 1 minute break of structure up. We do have a lot of liquidity, like I said, resting below. I'm gonna take. I think I might take another sell. It'll definitely be a risky sell. I don't know. Something tells me we have like a SMT somewhere, so I'm just gonna be patient. Just gonna be patient. Gotta make sure I don't make trading harder than it is. I already have the strategy. Just have to be patient and disciplined with it. So right now it does look like we have interesting SMT at the highs. There's this is higher. Actually, no, I don't think there's an SMT. There's no SMT, no SMT. No SMT, no SMT. All right. We're waiting to see what happens next. It's a strong push down from the sellers right now. Breaking structure to the upside. So we got this big imbalance right here that I feel like might push us down, but we're technically still bullish.
Order
I'm going to go
filled.
ahead, take a buy, not be too scared. And just see what we can get here. Slightly risky buy though, but since we're inside of that 5 minute imbalance. We rejected out of this imbalance. We have our high, our lower low. We may come back down further. I'm going to sit this stop loss right here and see if we can get another pushback to the upside. Like I said, we are in this 5 minute imbalance. We seem to be rejecting. Now we may go lower and we may go higher. Right now we're kind of even. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna exit out of this.
Order filled.
And I'm going to potentially look for sales. Do I want to do that? Let's see. Yeah, I think right now we are still bullish. But we're inside of a range right now from this low to this high, and I think we're going to end up pushing back further down. That's what I'm seeing at the moment. So we'll just try to sit and wait for the right entry. We have a push from here. I'm gonna break a structure. Let's go down to the lower time frame and see what we got going. I still think we may potentially go back to the downside. Um, just trying to wait for it though is the hard part. Trying to wait for the perfect moment. Not much to say at the moment. Just kind of looking at lower time frame structure, trying to see if we can get in on like a nice little sniper entry.
Order filled.
I'm gonna take that there. Think I'm gonna take a sell on the
Order
funded
filled.
as well. Have the buy stop at the high. Now I'm just trying to manage the positions. There's a lot of lag going on. Still some early entries on my part. Early in the day, that is. I kind of want to see a rejection out of this imbalance now and for us to kind of take out the liquidity on this downside and maybe tap into one of these higher time frame imbalances. That's the goal at the moment. Um, Pushing up. That I do not like. We're in a decent place though. As far as our stop losses and stuff. So once again, let me check and see if there's any type of SMTs going on. If I see anything, I gotta be more mindful of. But decent risk, I think, here. No SMT seen at the moment. Yeah, we're just gonna see if this plays out. Just trying to manage the positions. We'll see if this trade, obviously, if it does win, can recover the quick loss we took already. I think if I have both buy limits here, it will. But I kind of want to have one a little bit lower in this leg. Let me see how much this would actually be if I take off both positions. It'll put me about $30 up. So this may put me close to break even. And then this, if I exit down here, will put me at a decent uh winning amount so far. So I think I'm gonna put a limit down here as well, and we'll see what happens from there. That'll put me at close to 100 up if I can win both of these buy limits. Now on the actual funded, that would put me up 40 bucks. So, and we're risking probably close to the same, around 40. Yeah, 48. So it's really barely a 1-to-1. Maybe what I'll do for this one is put the limit closer down here and start to trail if we can get lower in this leg. Looks like we're pushing up. Not the best sign for me. What I need is like right now, sweep and then a push or continuation down. If we don't sweep these candles and push back down, then we're probably gonna go up and break these all-time highs again. Because right now we're pretty much even in price. We have the highs right here pushing us down, and we have the lows pushing us up. So if I want to be bullish overall for the day, I do want to see us go down first, which is kind of what this trade is based off of and why I started selling in the beginning. So now that we're kind of pushing us down here, that is a good sign, but we have to actually go down. We haven't yet. So we're kind of making the equal highs right now that we could target later in the day. And if we could get a push and a manipulation down, then we can take out the equal highs later. So that's kind of my whole goal for this entire setup right now. But to be honest, price is consolidating. We're kind of equal at the moment. So we could really go up from here or we could go down. It depends on whatever price wants to do. We are now under that moving average. But can we hold and push further down under? We really need to see a candle close lower in order to get us to actually push lower here. We need to see kind of a close under the lows. I would love to see this candle hold us to push further down. We're still getting some strength out of the lower end of this triangle pattern, so we'll see. We also have this pretty strong leg up. I don't know if this is forming a bullish flag here or what. But we also have kind of all of these stacked lows over here that I would love to see price just take out. We really need to see a close below this trend line. Once we get a close, a decent close below, my confidence will go up a lot more in this setup. Strong bearish candles and strong bullish candles at the moment. Once we hit this, I'll probably pull the stop loss to right here, and we'll only have one contract left on it. I do like to use this tool more than the other one, so I'm gonna now click that on now that I can. Show us how much we're risking on the table. Can we get by with doing it on this one? I don't know. Okay, so we do have a SMT now at the lows of NQ and ES, which is not good. There's a SMT from like here to here, so that is kind of a red flag right now for this trade. Um, so I'm probably gonna just lower the risk a lot on this. And it could play out, but you know, since we have this SMT, it's a little sketchy now. And I'll show you the SMT up here. You can see now that ES is down here. Oh my gosh, come on now. We're lagging a little bit, so it's irritating. This is the SMT right now in real time. ES is lower right here. We're sweeping liquidity on ES. And then on MNQ, we are higher, showing strength, more strength. So, red flag for the play. Trying to hold on to it. Let me see how much I'm risking. Only 18 on this, so we'll see. But I'm just trying to be cautious. When you get those SMTs like that, and it's like even price right here, you can kind of expect that your setup might be invalidated. So I may just
Order
swap.
filled.
I may swap and become a buyer right here. I'm gonna
Order
buy here.
filled. Order filled.
So I definitely wanted to see price go lower. But we ended up getting that SMT at the lows, so I'm expecting we're gonna push up now and take the high. And we may not. We may come up, sweep this, and then go lower. Sometimes that happens. A lot of back and forth right now, though. I definitely need to put my stop loss on this trade. So trying to see if we can get a little breakout here. Do I want to take some off at the high? I might just take it all off at the high. Because we could end up reversing again right here and going lower. because we technically already took the liquidity from the 1 minute. So let's see. Um, we'll set the break even. It's tough. I'm trying to it's really a lot of back and forth right now. Oh my gosh, there's another SMT at the highs now. So we're gonna go break even on this. We're just gonna go break even.
Order filled.
Okay. Order filled. Um we could flush now again. I'm gonna
Order
go ahead
filled.
and sell. Trying to really we're on both sides. We're playing the fence right now with this. I'm gonna wait on this account a smidge just to see us kind of close through a little bit further. I'm gonna put the sell stops right here. I kind of want to see us just push through now, like what I was looking for before. So let's see buy limit. Trying to see my profit targets. This will put me up like 70. That's decent. We're still kind of stuck in consolidation. But this looks like we're gonna be going down lower now, but um you never know. But this is looks decent so far. Let me see if I'm actually in these trades yet. Yep. Kind of feel like sizing in one more on this. But really, I'm not supposed to honestly size in anymore. I think I might size in on one and put the stop loss maybe somewhere like in here. So since this is the SMT right here, this should be the protected high. I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. And if we push through it, then I'll be in one more contract and the stop loss will be around right here. Now the question is, do I want to keep my stop loss right there or put it a smidge higher? 5 minute. Boom, boom. I'm going to put the stop loss right here. But it should be okay. If this is a good setup, the stop loss should be perfectly fine where it's at.
Order filled.
All right, we are now in 3 contracts. I need to, oh yeah, I can put this one right here. Uh, and then I'm gonna put this stop loss right here. Make sure my stop loss is in the same spot it's supposed to be. And now we kind of just manage this position and see if it can give us what we are looking for. I'm going to put this stop loss actually a little bit higher right there. So we want to see this trend line break. We're still in a very consolidated market, but if we can get a close below here, then that should put us up for the day. I should be waiting for the close, but the SMTs are what is giving me more confidence in the trades. But if we're making an SMT at the highs and at the lows over and over constantly, it might be a choppy day, to be honest. So we're going to scale one off right here for sure. We need to see a close through here. We rejected out of this 5-minute inverse fair value gap. Now we're kind of looking for our TPs. I'll put another TP right here. And then this will be the last TP. And we're most likely going to trail some of these positions as well. We got 3 up here, 3 down here, so we are good on that. The ultimate spot for liquidity is right here. So at some point, we'll trail this one. So decent now. We kind of want to see a flush to the downside now, so we can actually get a solid push through. We don't want to see these lows being swept, which I wouldn't be surprised if we do, because we're kind of choppy right now. And I could see prices already being impulsive down here. Let's see if there's a SMT down here. There is no SMT down here. So that is a good sign that we may start to continue pushing down now. Okay, so we did close out on one contract on this one. We are now minus 53 for the day. I'll put it right there. We are still in a 30-minute imbalance, but I would love to see price go lower in this leg to around right here before we go to the upside again. And we do have all of these lows resting down here as well that we could potentially target today, but right now, since we broke this high, for me, we are still bullish. And I want to see price come back into one of these imbalances before we shift back to the upside. We have started our pullback on the 1 hour. So we just wait now. Make sure we have this stop loss in a decent spot. We want to make sure we're risking a okay amount to actually see this play out. but we also don't want to have an unnecessary risk on the table. It'll be nice if we could reject out of this imbalance and go lower. But we have kind of like equal highs up here as well. So if we don't reject, we could just go higher and take out the highs, unfortunately. So this is kind of the moment of truth. Do we sweep and then take the highs out, or do we reject from this push down and go lower? Because to me right now, this is more of a sweep that we just created. And I'll show you guys. This was buyers in this area. When price goes below it, all of the buys exit the market and turn into sales. And then if we get a V shape out of here, those sales are then bought by the buyers right here. So buyers are still in the market based off of this. So now we have to see the seller's reaction coming from this area. I feel like I should have my stop loss a little bit higher, but I kind of don't want to risk it. But in this case, I will. I think it'll be worth it. 32 to make a possible, let me see, a possible 149. So because we may come up, take a little liquidity, and then go lower. I mean, there's always two possibilities in the market. You can go up or you can go down. But this is an inverse fair value gap right here after this sweep. On a 5-minute time frame, that honestly tells me that we are bullish. Sometimes you got to go to the higher time frame to keep you chill. 15-minute, 5-minute. Let's see, minus 19. We're still technically bullish though. So if I'm following my strategy to a T, we're still kind of bullish. Right now, this is kind of where we're at though. We kind of got a triangular pattern still. I'm not sure if I'm overly committed into seeing some sales coming out of this morning's price action. So this is why journaling is very important. But we really have equal lows and equal highs on both sides of the market. Risking 32, that'll put us down 50. Got a lot of equal highs up here kind of now. Well, not a lot, but got the equals right there. But we also have equal lows kind of right here as well. So we're now in that spot that I marked with the money sign liquidity. If we do want to go back down, this is kind of where I want to see it. Don't want to keep moving my stop loss. I'm gonna kind of keep it where it's at. And yeah, see how it plays out. I may move it a smidge. I may move this one a smidge to this high because there's kind of like liquidity right here as well. So we need to see a strong candle to the downside right here if we want this trade to survive. We need to see this hold right here. Be right back. Yep, not really a fan of today's price action at the moment though, but we're still in this. We're still in a few trades. We'll see how it plays out. Letting price do its thing. We're now kind of break even again on this trade. We want to see an inverse of this imbalance instead of it pushing us to the upside. I'm curious to know what gold did as well today. We may take a little peek at it in a moment. Right now, though, we're really choppy. Um, let's take a quick look at gold and see what we had going on gold today. Um, kind of choppy as well. We were bullish right here. You can kind of see. And then we kind of broke above here. Um, yeah, so now I expect gold to kind of have a potentially bullish day as well. But we also have a lot of lows that we can take out on gold as well. So this is the 5 minute structure right here. Um, so this is the 5 minute high, 5 minute low, 5 minute high, 5 minute lower low. All right, let's go back to NQC if we can get out of this range. But you can see all of the liquidity just stacked up to the downside. But the thing is, we're not pushing down strong enough to really get to it. It also looks like we have another SMT at the lows of ES and NQ. And then we also had the SMT at the highs. So we're really just, I would say, confused in what price wants to do at the moment. And that's usually what happens when we get a lot of SMTs on both sides of the market. We just end up chopping around a lot. No surprise here. Um, right now, if we are going to push back down on gold, it has to be in this area. Well, it doesn't have to be, but this is the area I would expect. But we could also take this high out because there's equal highs right here and then continue back lower. I see that happen all the time. Equal highs. This is the high that made the low. We come take out the equal highs, then switch back bearish again. And right now you can see we're rejecting out of it, sweeping lower time frame liquidity. And then we may travel back down and take this low out or bounce off of that and then travel back and take out the equal highs. Still waiting to see if we can get this push through this level. There is a 1 minute imbalance right here that can potentially push us back to the upside. And based off the way price has been moving, I would not be surprised if that happens. Nothing will surprise me today. So I'm going to mark this out just for me. Put a little green on it. Go back to the 5 minute. Oops. Large blue candle right here that has the potential for us to reject from. This bullish candle. It's a lot of buyers to push into and push down from. But you can see right now we are maintaining this this little trend line down that I made that I said we want to hold. Um, but we want to hold it. That doesn't mean we're going to. Um, Switching to this just so I can see the price. And if you didn't know, we are copy trading um, two accounts right now. The two uh, combines, and then we have one express right now, which we are not copy trading that on. We are managing it separately by itself. Need to make sure I monitor all of these SMTs. Kind of annoying, but that we have so many today. The SMT is right here now. At some point, one of the SMTs is gonna break though. But is it gonna be the bullish one or the bearish one? That's the real question. We're about to have another SMT right here as well. It hasn't happened just yet though. And remember, if you're getting a little anxious or anything like that, we do have that SMT that has formed now at the lows. It'll be nice if there isn't an SMT and we just flush down quicker on NQ to catch up to ES, which is something I talked about the other day in my other video. But this could be the manipulation hold, which this is ES right now. And that could be ES's manipulation, and this is the hold for NQ's manipulation to go back up. But we could also, like I said, just keep holding the highs and pushing lower, because you can see we're kind of making lower highs now. And I've seen something like this happen as well, plenty of times. But today, I'm not sure which one is actually happening. But I'd rather be a seller right now than a buyer based off experience. Now, that may change very soon, but honestly, if I lose too many more trades or I get a bunch of break evens, I may just end the day. But I would really like to see for this to play out, because that would set me up to take uh, a buy setup next, which is really what I wanted to do originally today. So we're just sitting, waiting, chilling, listening to music, and watching price. And I also just felt the urge to say I want to thank God for even developing this skill in the first place because I have become skilled in trading. I'm going
Order
to take a
filled.
contract off there and set this to break even. I do want to just thank God for developing the skill of trading because he is definitely giving me the ability and the tools needed to learn this skill. Um, and I'm thankful. So you can see we finally got a decent push to the downside through that level that I've been wanting to see. I'm still not going to be surprised if we get a push back to the upside because we're consolidating. I mean, we're now kind of breaking out of the range, but we're still inside of bullish imbalances, and I'm expecting rejections out of the imbalances. We are below this low and inside this imbalance, so we could sweep here, reject, and push to the upside. But we also could go lower and take out the equal lows, or we could take out this low right here before pushing to the upside. So there's a lot of scenarios right now that could happen, and I always talk like this. And it sounds almost like I don't know what I'm talking about, but in trading, you always have to um, expect different reactions or different results out of certain levels or areas in price. And that is what, makes you a good trader. That's what keeps you fluid in the market. That's what allows you the ability to capitalize in any market condition. So right now, we kind of got this trend line going from this low over here. We want to see this 5 minute candle kind of close a little bit stronger under it. And let's see how the 3 minute looks. Looks okay. Kind of how I see price right now, kind of pushing us down strong through here. Um, we're now back to break even for the day. Um, there is a ton of liquidity down here that I want to see taken out. This is kind of like the target right now. And if we can hit that, that'll give us, let's see, 132 on the day. And this account would be passed. So 50, we would need another 100. So this would be very close to passing if we can get that. There we go. We're sweeping the lows once again. No surprise there. NQ has finally caught up, and we now do not have SMT at the lows. We're now pushing together with ES. So you can see right now we're lower uh, through all these lows. And on ES, we are way lower, but you know. So we do have to look and see on a higher time frame perspective. Do we have SMT on that? Man, what a choppy day. On the 1 hour time frame, though, this this would be my ultimate target for the day. Right here, this liquidity inside of here. But based off kind of the way we're moving, let me look at this. If we can get a close through this imbalance, then I think we're gonna take out all of the lows down here. Because right now this is a sweep of this high. We swept the high over here. We swept this high. We swept this high right here. So we came up. We broke structure, but we also swept it. And when I say swept, once again, to put liquidity into perspective for people who don't understand it, there are sellers right here in the market. Sellers are right here. When price comes right above it, these sellers exit their sell positions with buy orders. That's what their stop loss is. It's a buy order. Right here. Now, when those buy orders are triggered into the market, the buy orders are looking for people to or are looking for sellers. And then with this rejection right here, you find the sellers in the market right here. And then that's when sales flood the market again looking for buyers. And then they find them down here. And that's how liquidity works. I think I have a video on it. If you guys need that. We're up decent now. I'm gonna start hard trailing. But this is looking solid right now. We have to also pay attention to really all the accounts. So up an okay amount. So this is TP1 was now hit. 5 minute is now bearish. We could literally just shoot all the way up after this, or we could continue down. But I don't want to risk a lot of profits at this point because all of this chop has got me a little triggered. It's got me a little triggered. We're getting close to passing this account. We're $50 away. So I'm not sure if this would get it. But I feel like we can potentially hit it with this trade. And that would be another eval passed. Now, like I said, we are still bullish, and I wanted to see buys for the day. But kind of based off this price action, it's looking just sketchy, man. It's looking sketchy. We got liquidity down here. We're now rejecting out of here. This is a demand level that has not been tapped yet, right in here. But we do have liquidity under it as well. So 1 minute is now pulling back. I think for this account, we'll put the stop loss right there. It'd be nice if I could get 150 off of the account, but you know, if we can't, we can't. Put the stop loss right there. And I don't rush to pass evals. What I do now is I trade heavy in the beginning for like 1 or 2 trades, and once I get around 1.5k and even 2k up, then I size down and I take it slow, and I do a lot of scaling, and I kind of trade how you see now. We need 60 bucks more, so we need about 140, a 140 profit target. Where this is at 132. This needs to be at about this right here. We'll put it like right here. Do I expect this to hit? I don't. But we may. We have the potential to do so. What I'm expecting right now is for price to come back up into this imbalance and then push back down, potentially lower. But we could, there's a small imbalance right here that we could also reject from. Yeah, it's very small. We could reject from here and then go lower as well.
Order filled.
So that is done. We made 60 on the express. I thought I had it at an 80 stop loss. Well, maybe I did, and I had already lost 20. So 60 made, 68 made. Choppy day. Let's kind of get rid of a lot of this price action right now. We know overall, like I said, we are bullish. I do expect some buys to come out of one of these zones right here. We're now sweeping the lows. We're now bearish on the 5-minute. We're holding kind of this trend line to the downside. Looks like we're going to continue down, to be honest. I may hop into a sell again. Because I want to see the lows down here taken out, if I'm being honest.
Order
Hop into
filled.
a sell again. And I'm also trying to pass this account. So that's the purpose of hopping back into another trade. We got this breaker structure right here. This 1-minute imbalance, which should push us lower. The ultimate target is like I said, the lows right here. 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 The lows my gosh. Full TP. Now we could reject here and then continue to the upside and take out all of these highs. Obviously, that's not what I want to see. This is also a 3-minute imbalance right here. So that's good as well. Now, the thing is, even though this is full TP, this is the TP where I kind of got to go break even. So full TP is down here. So we're going to try to hold for full TP. We already tapped into this bullish imbalance. We could come down lower, sweep, and then push up and go all the way to the upside. But what we're going to do is we're going to try to hold this at break even. And then see if we can ride down to this TP, full TP right here. Gonna mark it in yellow. Let me go to the 30-second time frame, see what we are working with. I kind of want to put it right here. But this 30-second imbalance should hopefully protect us and push us down. We also have the ability to sweep the lows inside of here, push back up even further, and then go lower. So it's a lot of possibilities. There's always a ton of possibilities when it comes to trading. And being smart and kind of taking that into account is what will kind of keep you and your account in good standings. So I'm hoping that we reject back down out of this bearish imbalance and continue lower. But we just inversed it, so we may just push up, like I said, or maybe we go a little bit higher and hold it, which is why I gave it a smidge more breathing room with kind of like this resistance line right here. And then we want to see it kind of break through this structure right here. So we need about 14, let's see, 65. I think 65, so about 80. We need about an $80 win here. And an $80 win would be a little bit further than this. Looks like it. That'll put us at 55. Make sure all of the orders are off the Express account. That's one thing you want to always be mindful of. Make sure you don't have any extra like just orders sitting around, like buy limits, sell limits, things like that. So we are pushing back to the upside. We pushed through. I'm still looking to potentially take a sell. We got a lot of lows stacked up now, which is a good sign for sales. Boom, boom. So we're trying to see what is going on now. I think we're going to get a push down one more time and take out all of the equal lows down here. There's a lot. No point in rushing your success. Let me check and see if there's a SMT on this lower time frame. No SMTs on the lower time frame. That's good. Okay. We're tapping back into that 3-minute imbalance. We're kind of pushing down. Tough market today. Tough market. We do not have a SMT at the highs, which this is the highs that I'm talking about. There's no SMT up here, so we may have one more push higher in here to then take out the lows. Or we could just flush from here. We'll see. But liquidity is, controlling the market. We may go up here. We may use the liquidity in here. It looks like that's what we may do. Trying to stay vigilant, stay smart. If we can get a close through here, I may take another sell position.
Order filled.
All right, we are back in. Kind of risking all the profits for the day that we have made. But we have the potential to kind of hit this full TP down here as well. So we can now kind of set that to break even. We could give it more breathing room if we want to. But I feel like we should just now push through all of the lows down here. Of course, we don't have to, but that is the ultimate target for today. We have all of the lows stacked up down here. We're very close to this one, very close to this one, and of course the full TP.
Order filled.
Let's see. So this is now a sweep. So now we got to be careful. This is a clear sweep right here. Even though we swept, this is also like a break of structure in my opinion. So we swept, but we still have a lot of stacked lows to target that we may take out. So, and it looks like it's going.
Order filled.
I'm going to take the order one more time. Slightly risky from that sweep, but since so many lows are stacked, I just want to see that taken out. And we have stacked highs up here, so this sweep could just be the true time when we reverse. A lot of times when I play the opposite, we end up taking it out. Can't tell if this is a SMT at the lows. 73888, 73888. So it's equal lows on ES, but a lower low on NQ, which is, or MNQ, which is right here. Equal lows on ES and MNQ were right here. So I want to see this hold, push us down, and take out the rest of the lows. Remember, in the day, I'm overall still wanting to see buys come out of today's price action, but we just have so many stacked lows that I also want to see some of those lows taken out. Um, Going to the daily, it looks like we already took out the daily target.
Order filled.
So I'm gonna take this off. I literally have basically $88 left until this account is passed. And to try and pass it on a bad setup, it's not a good idea. It's kind of pointless. It's kind of forcing it. We could potentially pass on this one, but we don't want to force it. You never want to force it. Right here, we are in that 1 minute imbalance that I wanted to see hold. So we could reject out of here and then go lower. 1 minute, 15 minute, 5 second. We could see that push down in price right here. Kind of want to see this swept and then a flush back lower. I think
Order
that'll
filled.
be worth the risk. This is a very tight entry though.
Order filled.
Okay, there we go. We may do it now. All right, is it now?
Order
We're gonna
filled.
take it one more time. We'll put the stop loss above here. So this is a very tight position. That I'm playing in right now. This is the ultimate target. We want to see the push through this and hold. Looks like we want to go up though. We'll see. We still got some decent bullish pressure coming out of that range. So that's what we wanted to see. We want to see that flush now, that push through like I was talking about. Down through all of the lows. We push through that one. We push through that one. This is the final TP. I'm definitely riding this pretty tight.
Order filled.
So we're up a smidge now. Like another $10. Not bad, not bad. Now there's still imbalance right here we could reject out of and push lower to the final TP, but we're gonna V-shape push off of the low from here to here, sweeping these two lows. I'm gonna check and see if we have any higher time frame SMTs. as of now, we do not necessarily have. Actually, we kind of have a higher time frame SMT. So we may start looking for some buys now. Let's go back. Or we may just be done for the day. I really don't like today's price action at the moment. This is our 1 hour break of structure. This is the liquidity we really want to see gone, but it doesn't have to. 1 hour break of structure. Our 5-minute high is extremely far. So we kind of got to use like the 3-minute, which is right here, 3-minute high. Which is actually right here. 3-minute high. So we got a lot of highs that we could take out right now. An extreme amount, to be honest. We just swept lows. It's not a bad position to trade. If you wanted to get in on an early buy, this is not bad. The only thing is I don't like that we have all of the lows sitting right here. It's a ton of lows. Not saying we have to take them out, but it is a ton of lows. Now, what could happen is, let me see. What's it looking like on the 1-minute time frame? We still have some imbalance in here as well. So we could see a push up into this imbalance and then a push back down to take that liquidity out and then see the actual move. So that's kind of what I think may happen at the moment. We have the 3-minute high. Or we could just continue lower for the rest of the day. You know, you never know. But this is the trend line that I'm seeing. This is the imbalance trying to hold right here. Question is, who will win? Who will win? We've now completely taken out the imbalance to the downside. There is no lower time frame SMT.
Order
Got to
filled.
get in this trade. Just because the risk to reward is going to be very high. We'll put the stop loss right here. We're probably risking close to $20. This is more of like a breakout type of trade. We're still
Order
pushing
filled.
lower. Whoa. Don't know why that didn't push me out completely. So as we can see, I probably should have just waited for that full TP to get hit. Because I really think we're going to take that out. Let me mark it off just in case. Let me go to the lower time frame as well. On our imbalance. Huge 1 hour imbalance on the top side. Let's see if there's a 30-minute. So this is the 30-minute imbalance. Yeah, I'm wondering if we want to take out all of the lows down here as well. And I don't know if we're going to do that today, but we will see. So now we are under that 1 minute low once again. I knew better than to take that trade, but the risk to reward was just super, super good in that scenario. The strength of price right now kind of just tells me we want to keep going lower, most likely, for the rest of the day. Gold most likely continued to the upside, which is what I anticipated. Let's see. Where were we when we were looking at it? So I was looking at gold right here. We ended up rejecting out of that. I think right there or right here. Either way, you can see the structure right here. And then once we break above here, we're looking at buys again. But we're still moving kind of in a corrective pattern. There's no real momentum today, except for Nas now. You know, we're now pushing down pretty strong. So it looks like we are in fact heading for the lows. Maybe I should have just kept a trailer and targeted that ultimate level of liquidity, but it's okay. I'm not mad with how I performed today. 60, 40 on two accounts. Two accounts almost passed. Uh, so we may be done. I might be done for the day. Cause we're just I think we're gonna take out the lows now. We have this 30-minute imbalance, which in 24 minutes will be solidified. Let's see, in a perfect world, how our setups would have been. I mean, we were on the correct side of the market today, which is what you always want before anything. So this is kind of like the setup that we had. And this was we got in at the right spot. Um just following structure now really would have been key. Yeah, we could have held that. I was expecting some buys to come in, but with seeing all this liquidity down here, I should have just held and anticipated that we were gonna take it out. Correct side of the market, not the best execution. But I know not to chase now. I'm not mad about it. I know every day I'm going to continue to improve and come out better. So we are now completely bearish now. I think we're just gonna probably keep flushing, to be honest. Let's see what we got on the daily. Let's see what's going on gold. If we can maybe capitalize on gold, or if gold is already too far gone. We expected bullish price action from gold. We tapped down. We're up here now. So gold looks like we might have some sales on it coming through. I may take a sell, or I may just chill. Let's see. So this could be a potential buy right now. Um,
Order filled.
Definitely a slightly risky buy. I bought a little bit early too. You kind of want to wait till this imbalance is filled in. This is a inverse fair value gap position. Well, we're just kind of trying to see if we can get another push to the upside. We also have a small imbalance inside of here as well that we could potentially reject off of. So this is kind of why you want to wait till candles close. A lot of equal lows down here. If we do want to go lower, take equal lows out and then go higher, that is possible. Trying to see if we can get a push from here back to the highs. We should at least see, we should see maybe this level, but we did reject this imbalance, so we could be going lower. We need to see that close through of this bullish candle. So in this setup, this is the liquidity right now that we're kind of taking to then hopefully get a push back to the upside. Now we're kind of rejecting out of this imbalance, so sales might be coming back into the market. But this is just a good spot to potentially enter for buys. So that's kind of why I took it.
Order filled.
So we're gonna take that. That only puts us up 65 though. So we have this spot and this spot that is liquidity. Now we push through that imbalance with a big bullish candle. So seems like there was some type of news that just happened. Traders await Fed's cues. S&P and NASDAQ edge up as focus shifts to federal speaks. So we have $84 to go. Let me double check, make sure there's no news today. I just saw something on TradingView. So I'm just being careful. It says the Fed is divided on how fast to cut rates. The recap of its last big meeting may give us FOMC minutes to shed light on debate over interest rates and inflation. New Federal Reserve Governor Stephen Moran left is trying to shake things up at the central bank, but he's a lone wolf for now. So 5-minute low, 5-minute high. This is not a break of structure. I was waiting to see us break structure, but we did not yet. So expecting this 5-minute structure to hold, We have the liquidity inside the setup. We have the sweep right here. The inverse fair value gap then shows us we should be targeting the next 5-minute high. And that's simply how I trade. I don't always use an inverse fair value gap. It depends on the scenario. I use like multiple time frames, confluence. I'm thinking about calling it a day. Um, let's go take a look at NQ again. Starting to push back to the upside on it, but I still think we're like bearish now. Ton of liquidity down here at the moment. Let's see what is going on. This is the 4-hour time frame. This was my 4-hour low, but it was covered with liquidity. This was also a 4-hour imbalance that we may reject from. So we need to see just some bullish movement to the upside. We have a ton of liquidity up here. A ton of liquidity. So we may be headed to the upside now. You can see we're kind of breaking structure to the upside now. With no imbalance, though, the first level of imbalance is right here. So we could easily break through this imbalance and just push back lower. Or we could reject it and honestly go back to all-time highs. Let's check the 30-second. Bigger imbalance on the 30-second time frame. We also have one down here that's left over. Kind of pushing back to the upside.
Order filled.
I'm going to go ahead and take a buy here. We did completely close through this, but I kind of want to see the low maybe hold and us push to the upside. We just took out a ton of liquidity, so we could literally hold these lows and then go all the way back to the upside. So now in this scenario, I really don't know where the market wants to go. Let me double check and see if we have any SMTs on the higher time frame. It would be nice if we can pass this account today, though. Let me see. Low, lower. They're both low. What about this low? We're higher low. So we've got kind of a SMT. This is a different way a guy I have paid attention to uses SMTs, and he does his SMTs like this. So there is an SMT, at least the way he does it, inside of here. Now this could push us up for the rest of the day. We need how much for this position? Another 50. So 85 is gonna be the target. Which is kind of far, to be honest. I'm looking. 85 is around 21,145, 21,1. Okay, so that's even higher. Wow. So that's way up here. Do I think we're gonna go all the way back into the range like that? Off of this trade, I don't know. We could, or we could not. Let me see. So you can see we made another 1 minute higher high, but we're kind of sweeping. So we may end up coming back down, taking liquidity like inside of here, and then pushing further to the upside. This says government can't be manipulated for the most reflect the true state of the economy. Oops. So I'm trying to get into the positions with minimal risk.
Order filled.
To be honest. So I'm gonna get out of that position for now. Right now, we're kind of looking to see if we can get another sell, to be honest. Right now, this is the low that's holding us, and this is the high. I'm thinking about buying again.
Order
I'm gonna buy
filled.
again right here. Keeping the size very low so I can keep the mental intact.
Order
I'm
filled.
gonna exit out. We have $44 left now to pass this account. We got a 1 minute break of structure right there. I know we're gonna get a lot of rejections inside of this this imbalance, so I'm just being very cautious. We have a huge imbalance right here. Looking 15-minute, no imbalance on the 15-minute. There is an imbalance on the 5-minute. 2 5-minute imbalances right here. We got this large, interesting SMT, but I'm gonna look more at structure than anything. Structure has to tell me we're going up or down. This is the low now. We're still sweeping, as you can see, the highs. We're leaving a lot of liquidity behind. Low, low, low. Let's see what gold ended up doing. If it kept going to the upside. So you can see in the case of gold, we got that push through here. We could have held to the next high, which the trade looked a little something like this. We could have held up here. We just went ahead and closed right here. Literally, well, actually, we entered in, I think, around like right here because we didn't wait for the closure of the candle. So we did get a 1-to-1. It could have been a 1 to 1.6, or as you can see, it went up to 2.8R, almost 3R. Following the plan, easy does it. 5-minute structure, 5-minute low, 5-minute high. No imbalance. Go to the 1 minute. We see all the liquidity, the buildup of liquidity. We end up seeing 2 sweeps, and then we just kind of got in, hoping that the low holds. Let's see what MNQ is doing. Still kind of rejecting lower. Trying to make sure we do not force trying to pass this account. 44 bucks left. We could take a buy right now. It's looking solid. We're now above the moving average. We're kind of holding the moving average. We're also holding this this 1 minute imbalance or fair value gap. Just marking out all our confluences, but we are in a 5-minute imbalance, and we do kind of expect for that to make a new lower low. We also have all of the lows stacking up to the downside, but the 1 minute structure is still intact right now to go higher. So really, we're kind of even, in my opinion, in price. If we go to the 5-minute or even the 3-minute, there is no imbalance holding us up. So I think we're gonna push us down lower here. We have 150 until we get lower. So in this scenario, this is kind of the last spot holding us up to push us higher. And if we kind of get a break and close below this low, then we'll kind of see maybe a continuation to the downside. Now we could break through here just to come into this imbalance, sweep all of this liquidity, and then go to the upside. It's all about understanding the possibilities of what can happen, mapping out the lower time frames, higher time frames, etc. Trying to really understand what's going on. So I'm thinking about selling. I'm gonna sell.
Order filled.
This is when we go break even. This is kind of like the TP spot. We could either reject from here or break the low. So we're just going to trail. We do expect a little reaction out of here, but we're going to trail. So B.
Order filled.
All right. We have $28 to go. $28 to go. You see that this is that imbalance. I always expect reactions out of imbalances. Now, do I expect this imbalance to just turn the market around and push us higher to all-time highs? Not necessarily, but I do expect reactions out of imbalances. So I kind of just respect them and I keep going. You can see we've stacked up all of these all of the highs right here. So this is liquidity to potentially take out from this sweep right here. But this is a 5-minute imbalance that I wanted to see us tap into, which you can see we tapped into it right here. And I want to see it take us to break the low. So you can see we are still going lower. We're now tapping into that imbalance again. Now, do we hold and go lower? Looks like we do. We need $28 to pass. When I think of all you've done. We got this imbalance that may hold us and push us lower. We completely closed through this one. This could be an okay trade to then take us and take out this low right here. But I don't want to risk it. This is a 15-second time frame. I'm just gonna wait. I may literally wait till tomorrow to pass this account. We're super bearish right now, so I'm not trying to fight the bearish trend. Curious just to look at gold, see what gold is doing. Okay, let's go back to NQ. Pushing up very correctively right now. This is a corrective kind of movement to the upside. This could be like a bearish flag pattern. We got equal lows right here as well now. We also have this imbalance, which we may tap back into one more time before finally pushing and taking out this low. So we just swept it. We're gonna go ahead and take the risk on this and see if we can like I said, pass this account. This should definitely do it. We didn't want to see that though. It's definitely not what we want to see. Gonna have it a little lower. Okay, so this should put me over the top. That's what it just looked like. That'll put me over the top.
Order filled.
All right, we've passed the account. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. I really hope you guys learned something from this trading day. I definitely smashed the analysis aspect. In the beginning, you know, a little choppy for sure, but I anticipated that this was just going to hold us after we swept the all-time highs. Now, I did want to see buys coming into today, but that just goes to show you cannot hold on to your bias, especially something like this. You have equal lows sitting down here. This is a red flag for price to come up and then continue to the highs. So being that this was a red flag, I kind of just watched the lower time frame. This was kind of the main target for sales, and then I wanted to see if we could get a reversal inside of there. I didn't marry my bullish bias, and I stayed on the correct side of the market for sellers. Now we also have this account, which is 110 now away from passing as well. So we're gonna go ahead and split these accounts, lock that one out. Uh, oops, can't show you all that. Save changes. Lock. This is the 153 set lockout all day. Boom. So now we have this one that we can pass as well. So he never let me fall. Let's see what is going on with MGC. This is a okay setup for MGC, but the thing is, this is a strong push down now. So although this is a setup for a buy, and we could continue to go to the highs, what I think is going to happen is we're going to come up to around here, and then we're going to reject, break through here, and then go lower. So momentum is a very big and key thing in trading that I didn't understand before, but now I do. So I'm expecting price to come up into here and then reject us to go lower. And once again, like I said, the key is not to marry your bias. Don't marry what you think is going to happen. Analyze price and try to understand what it's telling you in the moment. We can see on MNQ also, we're just super bearish, and I want to see the highs taken out, and I know it's going to get taken out at some point, maybe during the Asian session, whatever the case may be. But a lot of times I've noticed when we have super strong pushes down like this, price just comes, dips back into that, and strong selling pressure comes back into the market. So knowing that, even though we were bullish on the 1 minute right here, you can see the structure right here being broken, and this is the perfect entry to get into price going lower. And then this will be the target of the low. Like I said before, if you guys are interested in learning exactly how I trade, I mean, you can see it. You can see it works. If you're interested in learning directly from me, go to the link in my bio and just sign up, and you can learn everything that I know. Till then, I'll catch you guys next time. Bam.